what's up? We are back with another episode of Behind the Scenes Bella Podcast. I am your girl, Kalai Shireen, your lovely and beautiful host. I have an amazing guest with me today. He has his own podcast, y'all. Not only that, he's like just amazing all around in the industry. And you know I love to highlight people who are doing their thing behind the scenes. Some of the big dogs that y'all don't even get a chance to see. Like, y'all be rapping to these songs and moving to these songs. You don't even know who wrote the song. Like, this is the big dog right here, okay? So I have Eugene Bush with me, and it's my show and I do what I want to do, so I'm going to read his bio for those of y'all that can see us live. But for those of y'all listening on Spotify, so listen, this man is the founder of E-Trade Productions. He manages a profitable video production company for the last 10 years, okay? Grossing 6 figures. Y'all get into the figures, okay? Listen, he created countless videos featuring celebrities such as Kevin Hart, Halle Berry, Tyrese, T.I., Common, Dwayne Wade, Kirk Franklin, Stomp, okay? Like, this man is behind the scenes. He produced videos in films and short films, documentaries, music videos, commercials, live events, the pilots, the list goes on and on and on. Needless to say, we don't even need to like really do no real introduction for him because he is the man, okay? Y'all better give it up for Mr. Eugene Bush.
E-Trade in the building.
He's from the Z, baby.
Okay. I'm happy to be here, Kalai. Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm a Philly native, so me and Detroit, you know, we run.
Well, see, I'm close to Detroit. I'm Chicago,
okay.
But we Midwest.
Okay.
But we right there. But what up, though, to Detroit? You know what I mean? What up?
But you know what? You said you from Chicago.
Absolutely.
Why you bring the fake Kanye West on your show?
That's so funny. So
why you do that?
Look, my show is called The Perfect Podcast, and I've done so many podcasts and so much content for everybody else. I'm like, I need to have my own podcast, but I couldn't figure out what I want to talk about. Like, who wants to talk about production?
Right.
So I was like, I got to talk about something different. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a show about making a show.
Just making the show.
And I'm going to have the most ridiculous things that can happen and the most ridiculous people. And so all of my guests are fake. All of my co-host, she wasn't even supposed to be the co-host. She complains about being my co-host the whole time.
The entire time.
Yeah, so it's a podcast parody.
Oh, I love that concept. Mind you, I'm looking at the video, y'all, and I'm like, oh, he sound like Kanye. Like, oh, boy, that's what's up. And that was not him.
No, not at all.
That is utterly ridiculous.
Not at all. And what was funny is when it came out on the show that it wasn't him, like he takes off his mask and like, that's not Kanye. I still go in. I'm like,
right, you still in character, like
changed your face, Kanye. Like, that's billionaire brilliance right there. Who does that?
But
it was so much fun.
Now that the people don't know now they gonna know your identity. Now you coming delusional just with the band.
Exactly.
I'm watching the evolution. Like, are you serious right now?
Exactly.
Yes, I love that. So just tell me, like, how did you kick in the door and even get behind the scenes of some of these major brands and broadcast and production? Like, how do they just call on your name? Like, I need E-Trade Productions like to come in here and show up and show out.
The sauce is the model that we say at Greenland. Okay, it's create, don't wait. I started doing production not because I got educated to do it and figured it all out beforehand and then started doing it. I did it because I loved it and I knew nothing. But what I did know is if I create it and produce it, I can get the attention and then it can go from there.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Like, I start producing projects not knowing anything. Like, my first project, I shot it on the camera. I didn't know how to take the footage off the camera to the editing machine. You understand? Like,
you just had it.
I did what I knew to do in the moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just kept learning more. So my first music video, my first project was a video we did at church.
Okay.
And a gospel artist saw it and she was like, can you do a music video? I'll pay you $5,000 to do a video. I was like, yeah, sure. And I'm not just a hobby. Like, I'm just doing it for fun.
Right.
So did the music video and we played it for the label. It was Kingdom Records in Chicago. They had Shekinah Glory and all of, folks. We played it. Okay. So we played the music video for them. The label cried. They sent it to BT. They made it to the top 10 gospel charts with that song.
Wow.
And so from then, the label started asking for me. Then the radio station heard about me. They started requesting I do work. Wow. Then I started shooting for Heineken, for Hennessy, and then celebrities.
All the big dogs. Yeah.
And it just kept
And you
spiraling.
became a big dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
But all just from creating. Literally, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
So that's a lot of problem with people who are educating this field is they're like, oh, I don't know how to do camera angles. I don't know how to edit. I didn't even know that that's what you're supposed to know.
Right.
So I just moved on what I had.
You know what? What you just said was so pivotal because a lot of people, you got to be a leaper. You got to just start.
Absolutely.
You said you just filmed something. You didn't even know how to get the film off.
Exactly.
Like, but you know I'm going to start.
Yep.
I don't know how this going to work out. And that's how people become successful. That's how most people that y'all see today, this is how you get to that point. You just start doing stuff and figure it out along the way because you know you're going to blow one day. Why? Because you reap what you sow. You planting seeds all along your journey
the whole time
to get to your success.
Absolutely.
And now you are where you are.
Yeah. I had somebody who looked at my first project that I put out, the one that got me the music video, and big time comedian. He was like, bro, that was embarrassing. I'd have never put that out. And if I look back on it now, like it wasn't.
Right.
But I was like, but what you don't understand is that project got me to the music video.
Right.
Which got me to the radio station, which got me to Heineken, which got me to Hennessy, which got me to the celebrity context, which got me, right? Yeah. It's a step along the journey. It wasn't the whole journey. And he called me maybe about 2 years ago and apologized. He was like, bro, I've been knocking you for years. Like you've been putting out stuff that was trash. And I'm like, but the issue wasn't that I was putting out stuff that was trash. I put out the best I could.
The best trash there was.
The best I was the best camera I had. Right. That's what I had at the point. And so he apologized. He was like, man, I see the world's being taken over by content. And now other people, social media celebrities, and everybody else that's putting out stuff are getting booked on gigs that I used to get booked on. Wow. He's like, so you had the formula the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And now they're trying to hire me. No, I can't hire me.
No, because I was trash. See, back then they didn't want me.
Now they looking for me. Now they all on me.
Look, now
okay.
Tell them the price went up. They can come back. They come back. They got to pay your new prices though.
I don't know. Well, see, at this point in the game, what's nice is it's not even about price. I choose my clients. Right? It's like when you elevate to a certain level, it's like you can pay me, but even in that choice, I still have a choice of who I want to do business with.
That's right.
And I don't want to do business with everybody.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
I want some stuff in my
You
spirit.
exclusive now. You exclusive.
And I've got the luxury to make that decision.
I tell people all the time, they like, why you don't come on Instagram? Why? Because I ain't got to tap dance for nobody. I could really sit home.
Right. Exactly.
Because based on the status quo, it said, what, if you make $100K a year, that's a good salary. I said, I don't got to work for 500 years. I could sit home. I could just sit home and mind my business. So we come out here and do what we do because we love the craft.
Absolutely.
We love the people. We want to make an impact. And that's what you're doing right now. Like I'm just scouring through your page. Like that's what you're doing. You're inspiring people through your work. Your work is crisp, it's clean. I can't tell that you started out with trash.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, if I showed you, which I won't. That opinion
because
changed.
you overcame, all of those obstacles. Even I remember when I was doing hair and makeup, I started doing eyelashes. I broke off a broomstick. This girl was going to the Lil' Kim concert. She asked me, she said, oh, you do eyelashes? I was like, yeah, never did them a day in my life.
Wow.
But I was going to do them on her.
You never figured it out.
Look,
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Broke off a wooden piece of broomstick that you sweep the floor. Dirty, ghetto. It's West Philly.
Hey,
listen, and she let me do it though. Like watch me sing. Oh, she watched me take it off her own broom in her house.
Oh, it was her broom too.
It was her broom. So it's her germs.
Wow.
Yeah, at least it was hers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because I didn't handle tweezers.
It's all bold.
Yeah. I did it with weave glue. Like I ain't had none of the proper stuff.
But you made it work.
But it was done. And the lashes was impeccable. She told everybody, like, oh, no collage in my lashes. This and that. I was doing lashes in the hood ever since. Wow. But that's what it takes. You just got to be like, I seen it done. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to put myself out there. Yeah. Like once you got that burning and that passion, that desire, you know what I mean? But you produce longevity. You said you are married.
I am.
And you've been married for 21 years?
We just celebrated 21 years in June 26th.
Can y'all add the clap? Come on, in the studio clap, okay? Yes, listen, Lord. Glory be to God. And he got the preacher rag in here. Listen.
If anybody's been married longer than 7, okay, when, it used to be fun. You'd be like, oh my God, I can't wait to 21 years or I can't wait to 40 years. Now being here, whoo.
21 years.
21 years with the same woman. Yeah, so we met in high school sweethearts, started dating in high school, and then got married shortly thereafter.
And how long did it take you to marry her?
Be about 4 years, 5 years.
4 years. And you was like, you know what? I just got to do this.
Yeah. I knew she was the one then. I mean, and I thought it was different. Even when I made the decision to marry her, right? It was, my mindset was different. I was like, I needed to be successful. That was what I just knew I was going to be a millionaire before I was 30. I was that dude. Out of high school, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be doing this. I'm going to retire.
Wait. Let me run this back. You said you needed to be successful, so you married her.
Yes.
So you equated the wife to success.
Absolutely. So everything I taught, I grew up in church, right? And so you already know one can put 1,000 to flight, but two can put
10,000.
Come on, somebody.
And preach here today. I ain't got no speakers offering. I'm letting you know that now. So if you start we ain't passing no collection.
Okay, all right. Okay,
so this word is free.
My Cash App. It's $E-Tray. If y'all want to just donate to the cause. We can do it digitally. That's what I'm saying. Okay. But no, even back then, I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire. And I knew I needed a partner and not somebody who was just sexy. And, I got those ladies. That was cool. But I was like, I needed somebody who was a life partner that could elevate me and I could elevate her. And
you need a favor.
Yeah. And Maggie Bush was the one. Like, I was like, oh, hands down.
Shout out to Maggie. Hey,
Absolutely. And we've gone through a lot in 21 years. A lot of different phases. What's cool now is she's a writer. Not only a writer, she writes at Tyler Perry Studios.
Cool. That is what's up.
Yep. And so folks are like, oh, y'all a power couple. You produce, she writes. But I was like, but y'all don't know, just 5 years ago, she was at the hospital. She worked at the hospital.
What was she doing?
Clinical coordinator in the transplant department.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She did that for 15 years because she had all the insurance and everything else while I started building the business. So she was writing and moonlighting as a writer.
Cohesiveness.
Mm-hmm. And then before that, I mean, I was working, I'm doing entertainment now, but before that, I was working at Bank of America. I did corporate for 18 years, right? So we've gone through phases of life.
Staying together and learning each other.
Absolutely.
The new you, each time.
Each time.
And you liked her each time.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely like her. So and that's the key. It's not just
Look
love.
at how his eyes lit up, Maggie. He said, oh, I like her.
I like and I
Look, what you be doing, Maggie? You done capped it. Look, you done capped him.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been telling her, like, she needs to do some lessons on just being a woman, a modest woman, a woman that loves her husband. Like, she really has it down. Like, she's had it figured out for a long time. I'm like, if anything ever happened, I thought it was always be me. That'd be the problem. But she's
I love that. And so everybody knows we talk about He Could Be Faithful on this podcast. I came up with a relationship how-to guide, He Could Be Faithful. And it talks about a woman like Maggie. And we call a woman like Maggie a guideline girl. Like women who just understand men. They get it. Like we have women in the book that we talk about, like a Siobhan. Siobhan, let's say you was working at Bank of America. You done went through all of these jobs and positions. Let's say you did something compromising at your job and you almost lost your job today. You go home to Maggie and you tell Maggie, listen, babe, almost lost my job today. I cursed my boss out, did this, that, and the third. Instead of Maggie saying, well, why would you?
What's wrong with you?
Why would you?
Dumb as hell. You tried to compromise our whole family. You know the bills we got.
What the kids want to do, that was dumb. And that's why he ends up at Tierra house with the pissy mattress. And y'all wonder why. No, I'm
Tierra.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
and the pissy, it's an air mattress too.
Yep.
And it's on the floor. They ain't got no box spring or nothing.
That's because Tierra make you feel good.
Tierra never asked him or told him or talked at him and told him, why would you do that? You know what Tierra do? She say, well, babe, what you gonna do?
Right.
She put the ball right back in his court. Let him troubleshoot naturally as a man. And
here's what Tierra, if she's really good, what she'll actually do is give him the idea without even him knowing it was her idea that gave it. So she'd be like, baby, what you gonna do? Because you are smart enough to figure it out.
Listen.
Last time you strategized with your boss. Remember you did that? So what are you gonna do this time? Baby, I think I'm gonna strategize with my boss because you're so smart.
Listen.
Tierra?
Listen, Tierra got that sauce.
Got that good. Okay.
Listen, she got that sauce.
She got the good.
Eating all that ramen.
Right.
Listen,
Exactly.
But listen, Tierra never goes without a man.
Yep.
But the women in this dispensation, we will talk about that woman. And we'll be like, oh, well, she got all them kids. No, somebody dumped at her. They pull-out game was not strong at Tierra house. You see them
doing something right. She doing something right.
Because she knew how to talk to him.
Yeah.
She knew how to bring that, you know, like you said, jogging his memory of, no, you are great. So I believe in you. I know that you are going to turn this around.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times too many people romanticize relationships. They think it's this fantasy of you got to do it perfectly right and think of it just like this, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like relationships, real relationships, are a shit show. Like it's so much under the hood to combine two humans from different backgrounds, different experiences, different phases. Like every phase in life, I had to meet a new Maggie.
That's what I'm saying. You liked her each time.
I did. I liked her each time, but it was different.
Yeah.
It was broke Maggie when I was working at White Castle. Okay, in the high school is much different than luxury car. Oh, I'm going shopping, Maggie.
Listen, facts.
Okay. It's two different women, right? And so in those phases, though, it's like if you romanticize and you think you have this image of what it's supposed to be, then you'll miss out on the beauty of what it actually is. Right? There is beauty in relationships, in growing, in the journey of getting to know someone. And that's why it's in the Bible. That's why he said it's like God calls marriages blessed. Because if you stay by yourself, you never learn the compromise of what it takes to learn somebody else. Because really marriage, the successful marriage, is less about finding the right partner. It's more about you being the right partner. It's me being able to compromise myself and look at myself. And when the trouble hits, stop looking at what she gonna do, how she did it, how she looked at it, and look at myself and say, well, now how am I gonna react? What do I need to do different? God, what did I do what's my responsibility and my take in this, right? If you do that, you find yourself making it through those transitions.
Oh, yeah, I was there last night. He almost got...
Oh, come on. Did he get it?
Oh, yeah, he got it right. He's like, now, you know what? I'm wrong. I was like, now you trying to reverse psychologize.
Do I reverse that?
That's a Jedi mind trick. Look, but it worked, though. It worked. You know what I mean? It's highly effective.
Right. And that's the wisdom.
Even with a soft answer, it turns away wrath. So even when you have somebody that's willing to reflect and engage, it's like, how can I be this way when they're coming towards me in love?
And especially when it comes to a woman. There's nothing worse than coming home to a bitter, angry, unhappy woman. I think the word said that. He said a man's better that he's on a roof of a house than to come home to a woman.
Not up on the roof.
Oh my God. Like it's
dangerous.
It can be a woman. You don't recognize how much power you have. Like a woman, you have the power to change an environment.
Oh, see, I felt that in my shamanite. Like
not to just attract a man. You can change his environment, right? And you know, you're a product. Humans, we're products of our environment. If you grow up in a household, you know, rich dad, poor dad. You see that book? If you grow up in a rich household, chances are you're gonna be rich. If you hang around, if you get up in a poor household, chances are you're gonna be poor. If you want to know how much money you're gonna make, take a survey of the 5 friends around you. Who's in your circle?
They ain't got no money.
If you hanging around 5 broke people, you're gonna be sick.
You're gonna be sick
because you're a product of your environment.
Yeah,
that's just human.
Yeah,
and women have the power to change the environment.
Talk about it. Maggie is an atmosphere changer. Listen, she does shift the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
We're going to bring Maggie in here next and talk about how to keep a man for 21 years. Okay.
She'll learn you some things.
Listen, no, I love it because I talk to women all the time about that topic, Neil. And I'm talking to you. I feel you're so prolific with your delivery. And I want to ask you, so I've been, based on that book, I did case studies.
Okay.
So all of those men, I dated them specifically for intel. Yeah, that sounds terrible.
No, that's really brilliant. That really is pretty smart. Because a lot of women date the men to see what they can do for them.
No.
You dating them to grow from them.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
And to grow them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're stellar.
They're better.
Oh, they're stellar. Okay. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. They're married in Christ. You know, I'm talking about, life turned around.
Oh.
But I did it specifically, and I did apologize to them at the book launch and stuff like that. You know, because there's a certain level of manipulation that had to happen and all of that, because I wanted to see the outcome of their reactions and their responses versus, you know, what I was giving them.
So did you learn to use your powers for good instead of evil? Is that what's happening?
Because it's all manipulation. It's about, are you manipulating for good or for bad?
Yes. Manipulation is just a negative connotation,
it has a connotation
to moving people. Right. Yeah.
But I did manipulate the situation to see if I did this, what kind of response would I give him? But if I did this, that would make him lean into me more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I did that I was writing He Could Be Faithful for 4 years.
Okay.
I wrote it for 4 years. I got 4 rings.
You had 4 proposals.
4 proposals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Hey, and so the one that actually, because you're married now.
No, I'm not married.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, he ain't my husband yet. But he said he want to be. He said he want to be. We ain't been dating that long. We ain't been dating that long.
So who is it? Who you waiting on? You or him?
Yeah. So let me tell you something. That's why I
lie.
That's
tell the truth now. Tell the truth. Come on. It's coming.
Listen, I wanted to ask you a question.
Come on.
Okay, because it was me. It was me. It's me.
You didn't have to say that. I said
standing in the need
of prayer. Come on. It's through prayer and supplication, all things. Let them all be known. Come on. Let her testify. Because it's through the testimony that people will free.
Overcome.
Come on.
Okay. Now listen. Now, Pastor Eugene. Come on. Now I wanted to ask you, because it was me. I had so much commitment issues, and I would find every little thing that I could to say no. And the last relationship, him and I, we were off and on for 7 years.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time. It was the sex.
That was the bad part?
That was the part I said, and this was for women all around, because I know this just can't be me, because the Bible will be a lie. It said that your brothers and sisters is suffering somewhere the same. So I know that you all have
suffered some way. Come on.
This fashion.
You're not alone. Sure. You are not alone.
It was the sex. I couldn't find myself to be married to somebody and I was not sexually pleased, or I didn't desire them in that way. Was that the
only thing, or was that like
that was the only thing?
That was the only thing. So let me bless you.
Okay.
Let me bless you. Because here's the thing about marriage. Marriage is, if you're looking at marriage as glorified dating, you're doing it wrong. Marriage is the combining of 2 souls to create a life together. Yeah. And when you think about the entirety of life, Kalai, the entirety of life, very small point of your life, you're a child. Yeah. Then you become an adult, right? So more of your life, you're an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. Of that adulthood, sex, when you get to about, women, they're sexually, I know. It increases, right? But there's so many instances, it does increase for women, right? My wife at 40, I was like, damn, slow down. The fuck? I'm sorry, can we jeez. I was like, what's happening, Jesus?
Dropping him.
I'm like, he's tired. Wear me out. Okay, but I used to wear her out. Boy, I used to take pride. Around 20, I was like, I'm nailing you to the cross. She was like, baby, it hurts. I was like, remember that time?
It was just sore, swollen, everything.
That's what she was saying then.
Oh, I know.
Okay, back in my 20s, but now 40, I was like, oh, hold on, baby. He's sore. Rock your boat. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You go through phases in life, right? But when you think about the entirety of life, sex is such a small thing.
I know.
You're going to go through that. You're going to hit that phase where you're like, it really doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter.
But I wanted to matter right then.
And small minds get small results. You will get right there.
Big result, though. His thing was like this.
He just didn't know how to work it?
It was big result. But
he just didn't know how to work it out?
It was like this.
Just soft? Like
no.
So like, did it hurt? Did it too big? What? Come on, what?
It was just like big and dumb. Like it was like
he didn't know he couldn't move it.
Yeah, you know how people say it ain't the size of the boat, it's the motion.
It's the motion. No, he had no motion.
No motion
in that ocean. Oh my God! Could he learn? Like, was he open to like taking some pole classes or
pole classes?
You got to move his hips. You know? Look, this day and age, you can't put it past the man. He got to learn how to.
Pole classes.
He got to design.
He was going to be doing heels classes.
What we know is he had to think out the box because, sir, whatever.
Mind you, in my dirty mind, I'm thinking like a pole class, like some sort of.
Put him on the pole.
Pop up or something.
Put him on the
pole. You know what?
right next to your girls, right next to them. Just be like, baby, look, y'all don't know what we're working on.
And learn how to
move them, hit all that. Girl.
He ain't had that. You see how you just,
I know.
See, that's why he was married 21 years.
Listen, when you get on the show, ask her.
Maggie
Ask her.
down in the chair.
Ask her. I was almost a stripper on one part. Told you we went through phases. It was only God that got me to entertainment.
Maggie! Oh,
I had options, is what I'm saying. She ain't never had that complaint. That wasn't one of them.
I'm telling you, and I knew it.
Like, just gotta think out the box. That's the point.
did, mind you, in my mind, I was like, okay, Kalai.
Mm-hmm.
His penis might start working at 65.
That's what I'm saying. And
like,
you have a whole nother life to live without. That's not physical.
but I needed it now. Like, you know how they say like 877 cash now? I needed it like right
But
now.
see, but if you think like that, I'm telling you, that's the type of thinking that will get you right now results. And right now results is only going to get you right now action.
I did.
And marriage is not about right now.
I'm on a fast right now.
That's what you need to do. Kalai, that's literally what you need to do. Here's the problem. The problem ain't him. The problem is you listening too much to your body.
My flesh.
You understand? You are not your body. Okay, can I minister for a minute right now? Okay, everybody, stretch your hands toward Kalai. Stretch your hands. Okay, Lord, we thank you that Kalai realizes she's spirit and not flesh. Let her spirit rise. Okay, rise through the flesh. Okay, get past the clitoris and get up to her heart, Jesus. So we saying, okay? And all that agrees, say that, amen.
Amen. Amen. Listen.
You got a different anointing. Boy, I didn't even come on here to preach.
That was a special.
I didn't even come on here to preach. But if that blessed your heart, my cash app
I'm
is $ETRE.
telling you. Listen.
No, the flesh leads a lot of people astray.
Different. I
It
wanted
leads a lot
the
of people astray.
sex.
But that's what fasting does. Fasting will remove your mind off of your flesh.
Yeah.
You realize you are not your desire.
Yeah.
Here's what also does it. Here's what blessed me in my life. Tithing.
Oh yeah. Oh
People think tithing is just because the church wants money.
Oh yeah.
No, I felt like my money was me.
Oh yeah.
When I made the money, that's my money. That's my identity.
Right.
Right? And so when I started tithing, it removed my identity from the money. So now when I did my movies, we did a movie called Mediator. Okay. Right? It was on Tubi. It's not anymore. Our distributors are working on something. Okay. Right? But the movie cost us about $250,000 to do this movie. Okay. When we did this movie, we didn't have the money when we started. But we started and moved anyway. And actually, to that point, there's never been a project that I've had, Kalai, where I've had all the money to start it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Right?
But that's the leaper. Yeah.
Okay. But if your identity is money, you won't move. You'll look at your bank account waiting on permission to move.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the minute you separate and realize life ain't about money. Oh, yeah. Life is about purpose. Yeah. It's about your spirit. Mm-hmm. It's about what you've been told by your spirit to do. Yeah. And when you move with the spirit, the money follows. Mm-hmm. That's how your flesh is. Mm-hmm.
I know.
When you move with the spirit, your flesh will line up. But if you follow your flesh, okay, there's no good thing
I know
that dwelleth in the flesh. I know. No good thing. I know. So if you move with the flesh, you're gonna be always.
But mind you, the money always move with me. I need to apply that to the other stuff. Because I will go into a situation and not know how it's going to turn out. But then I put up 100,000 and put up this and that. Okay. Like, so the money and tithing, I'm big on tithing. It's just that, you know how we need improvements in other areas of our lives. And for me, the sex.
Well, the improvement is not necessarily the sex. What I'm saying is.
But I wanted to mention the sex once more.
Because that's what you need.
Yeah. I'm on the fast. That's why. But I won't say it no more.
I see. It's a challenge.
No.
Is it 40 days, 40 nights?
It's been like 4 days.
4 days.
I started the thing.
Wow. So here's what's crazy. Right before this show, I don't know when she's going to be airing this and what order, but right before this show, I saw Finesse walk out of here. And there was a different glow in your eye. I looked, I was like, I know what Finesse does. I know how he talk. She glowing different.
Mind you, man, he was in here painting all kinds of things.
I know.
I said, well, give me more narration.
I know. You want all the detail, okay? But the devil will come to tempt thee.
Dost thou
tempt thee? Okay, that was a good temptation.
Look, he did. He said he was by a massage table and everything. Listen.
You better know you have an enemy that is trying to keep you off of your blessings.
Oh, merciful Savior.
Okay, you're doing well. We on your podcast. This is nice. You got lights, cameras, mics, right? Imagine what you'd have when you got control of your flesh. You think this is good. Imagine. See, that's where your mind needs to be. Meditation ain't about how. Meditation is think on those things that are lovely.
That are
good.
Good report. That's what it's just.
Think on those things, right? When you think on those things, you start to see what God got for you. And what he got for you is bigger than what? That penis. That one, it's bigger than a 9 inches. It's bigger than finesse digging in your booty hole. You don't want that, Kyla. You don't want it, Kyla.
But listen, if I start to think on those things that are lovely, the sex was lovely too.
It'll get
but it ain't a good report, though. Well, the report.
It'll be a good report when it comes from your husband.
That's what I'm
after he take the pole class and learns how to move them hips. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Is imagine the right man who learns the right moves.
That's what I'm saying, because the sex, it is a lovely thing.
Be encouraged.
Coming from your married self. He gonna go home and get legal yams tonight. And I'm gonna be on the fast.
I sure am.
Okay?
I'm
gonna be on the fast, and he gonna be home getting legal yams.
I know.
It's all right, because my fast is over.
But here's what it is.
On the first.
I went through the struggle. We never struggled physically, but we had other struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I went through that struggle, and so I get the benefit of getting over that struggle.
Yeah.
You gonna be on the other side of this thing.
Oh, thank you for speaking over me.
You are. You're gonna be on the other side of this thing.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, some other woman gonna be like, I done started my fast. And you gonna be like, girl,
listen.
Let me encourage you.
That's the testimony that I want.
That is.
We started the fast together. So I am dating. Like I said, him and we started the fast together. And the fast is for us to literally find that clarity, find what we want to do, because we both know we're supposed to be in ministry. We both know that we are
This
supposed
is a
to
call for real.
yeah. No, it's serious.
Look at this.
Like God, I feel like God has arrived in this man that I'm talking to right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and he's like, no, the Lord is working on me. He called me to be a pastor. He's like finding out all kinds of, and I already studied homiletics, hermeneutics. He's like, no, this is what I'm called to do. So we had to take a complete step back.
Wow.
And now we on a fast.
Okay.
So whatever we get from this fast, we're planning on pulling the trigger on whatever
God say after this.
That's it.
Well, let me encourage that the man. I mean, you ain't got to call his name, but the Lord know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
The man that she dating, I'm gonna encourage you, brother. Okay, you listen hard. You listen good, because if this was my wife, and she's struggling, we'd be struggling together. I wouldn't have made it.
Never.
But if God brought you to it, he gonna bring you through it. Okay.
And he sit back. Look,
be strong.
Look.
Be of good faith.
He gonna drop. He a real preacher too. He dropped the claw. Look straight.
I gotta speak to his spirit, because I know he gonna look back on this and be like, them times, brother.
Look.
When that thing it.
Would have made it. Look, and then look. Oh, I never would have made it.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the environment. The environment is key.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get around the right people. Okay.
Yeah.
Guard all your gates.
Ooh.
All the gates. The eye gate. Watch what you listen to or what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Your ear gate. Watch what you're listening to.
Yeah.
Your mind, your heart gate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Watch what enters your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Guard all the gates.
Yeah.
Your mouth gate. Not just what you say.
But I like to use. No.
But what you put in it. See, I knew it. Watch what you put in that thing. Food only. Okay?
Sorry.
Milk and cereal, peanut butter jelly.
Sorry. All right.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know how we got here.
Look.
Well, I see, and I'm glad I got married. I was the type that I had to get married. We tried it. We was in ministry. So my mother's a pastor, full disclosure. I went to ministry school for 2 years.
Oh my God.
Yep. Graduated ministry school. But I was supposed to be a minister, but in that track, they wanted me to denounce my fraternity. I'm a Sigma. Because they wanted no affiliations with any other organizations outside of Christianity. And I was like, I can do more for my fraternity being a Sigma than I can outside of it. So I didn't go that route. But we tried it. We was like, let's go celibate. You know what I mean? Let's just renew our hearts and let's just try. We tried it. We held on strong. Probably a good 3 weeks.
Wow.
And we kept falling. But see, you can fall. But we got up.
Yeah.
And we just kept getting up.
Look, I know that's.
But I kept getting tired of falling. So I was like, you know what? We just want to get married.
Because I'm going to fall short every time.
I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd rather get married.
Now, Eugene, tell me, I know this, I could talk to you for hours.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm talking about in hours. Yeah.
In hours.
Yeah. But tell me what you got going on. What can the people look forward to? Like, what you got going on right now?
Okay. Outside of giving good vibes and good energy and ministering to people.
The vibe, for sure.
Outside of that, my call right now is all about content, right? I'm really on a mission to show people that the results that I got in my life are not something that's so specific to me. It's really, I used a strategy and a formula. I created, and then I didn't wait on no one, right? I used everything I had in my inventory, right? So I didn't wait on somebody to give me money. I didn't wait on a better camera. I didn't wait on anything. Whatever I had in my hand is what I used to get to the next level, right? And people can succeed if they stop looking at the entire staircase. Stop trying to use the elevators to success.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Right? And so I teach now through Greenlit and through my app. I have a content creators app.
Okay.
How to use your own social media platforms, how to use that device in your hand to elevate your business, your career, your goals, whatever you have in life to do.
Okay.
Because the main thing is, if no one knows you're doing it, chances are you're not going to make any money doing it.
Right.
And so I teach people through the app, the Content Creators app, how to monetize their social media, how to elevate their businesses. If you're an actor, how to get that out there, how to really go viral. Now, I don't have the answer to going viral. Nobody does. If they promise that, they're lying. Nobody does.
It's just a moment.
Okay. But I do have the formula on how to best position yourself to go viral. I know that. So, and not only do I know it because I'm in theory, but I've done it. Right. So my son is 23 years old. He's our oldest. And he was 18 years old. He went to the military. He got kicked out because of some medical reasons. But he came back home. He's like, Dad, I don't know what to do with my life. Right. I'm like, well, look, son, we're all in content. This is what we do. And so we forced him to do some content. He's the one who brought to me TikTok, right?
Okay.
And so we're teaching him the strategy, of just content, shoot the stuff, use your phone, here's how to edit, so on and so forth, just that strategy. And he took his account from 0 followers to over 1.4 million followers.
Well, I'm going to get you on my content.
Okay.
Because I don't be on Instagram. So you going to help me?
Absolutely.
You going to help me?
Yeah, it's a calling.
I'm about to use his content creator stuff because I need it. Like, I hate being on social media, but I love the fact that you created something like that because that sounds user-friendly. Like,
absolutely. And we tell folks, even my wife, right? 5 years ago, she worked at a hospital.
Yeah.
Now she's working at Tyler Perry Studios as a writer.
Yeah.
And folks ask all the time, how does she do that?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't go the traditional route.
No.
When we were actually told that in order for someone to be a writer, she would have to work as a PA and get coffee for 5 to 10 years. And then maybe you can get a chance at being a writer. Both of us, I'm like, we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We ain't starting over. So we started, everything she wrote, I produced. We didn't produce it with the biggest budget. And she had projects that needed big budgets. She wrote a project that was like $1 million. Okay, well, babe, we ain't got $1 million right now, so we can't. We can do it. I need you to scale that down. Scale that down. Yeah, give me something that I can do right now. Yeah. Right? But everything she wrote, we intentionally produced. Even when we got to Atlanta, she wrote over 12 shorts when we first got here.
Okay.
We produced every one of them.
Okay.
Right? And from that, just the eyes kept, growing. Her profile step kept growing. And not even on social media, in person. Like, my wife is popping in real life. Right? So the right people started finding out about it. Her mentor found out about it. The studio called her mentor looking for a writer.
Yeah.
And the mentor was like, oh, I've been working with this dope writer on these projects, and gave her name over.
That's what's up.
Right. So it's content that's elevated all of our platforms. And I know can do the same for others. And so that's what I do now.
That's what's up. And y'all know I always say I'm famous in real life. Like, people know me in real life.
Yep.
So social media, really, it wasn't a thing to me. But you also said something, Eugene, I'm so glad that you're here, because you said everything that you need is in the house. That's what the words say. Everything you have, everything that you need. So whatever you're trying to do right now, you already have it.
You have it.
And like he said, it's not about taking the elevator. When you and imagine a staircase. When you go up that stairs, y'all, it's always a landing space. Y'all know it's a big old square right there for you to take a break, a rest till you take that next flight. That's what you use that time for. Learn in that square. Learn in that space. Pick up everything that you just got from them last 6 steps that you done climbed. Soak all of that in on that platform, and then keep moving. The next platform is going to be one right there waiting for you again, for you to soak in everything that you just got from the last level you were on.
Absolutely.
So take solace in that. You dropped some major gems today. Yeah. Where can we follow you on social media?
At E-Tre Productions everywhere. E-T-R-E Productions. My name is Eugene Bush III, and E-Tre is E-T-R-E Productions. So you can find me on TikTok, on Twitter, and on Instagram at E-Tre Productions.
Listen, y'all, this was an amazing interview. I know y'all loved it, because I loved it. I'm talking about being right here in the studio with him was a vibe. Okay? Listen, y'all, this is your girl, Kalai Shireen, with the Behind the Scenes Bella podcast. As y'all know, I love y'all. I love everybody. We're going to see y'all next time.
Stay tuned. Keep it live.
Bye.